So I have this identity problem. I, 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 I. I feel like every time I make a video, I start with I. I feel like the most self-centered person. How self-centered is that to say? I feel like the most me. I am the most self-centered person. Oh, that sounds so stupid. I think I'm just really self-centered and not in a way that gets me anywhere. I am so stuck on avoiding. I don't know if it's even avoiding. I'll have some bad ideas, right? And I will carry out bad ideas. I will follow through on bad ideas. But when it comes to posting myself on the internet in any format, it feels like having bad ideas, having a vision, right? And then it not really turning out how I imagined, how I wanted it to be. It feels like it contaminates my identity. And to have such a fragile identity, like I don't I don't have a very stable sense of who I am. I am I'm caterpillar soup right now. That's what I am. I am the soup in the chrysalis cocoon. I don't know. I'm just kind of all melted, and I'm trying to reform who I am and what I'm doing and rediscover my values, my priorities. I've been in relationships since I was 15, and I'm 26 now, and I'm just kind of getting started on my own for the first time. I'm about 3 months in at this point, and I already wasn't doing good as far as identity goes before this. I haven't for a while, but this really was like the cherry on top. I um I have so many ideas. And the timing of everything does feel right. I do feel like I am on the right path. It's just a path that, you know, given the choice, I wouldn't choose for things to be how they are. I wouldn't choose for the internet to be the way that it is. I wouldn't choose to have developed the kind of relationship that I have with the internet and with the world around me that has gotten me to this place where I just feel so paralyzed by possibility. Um, I wouldn't have chosen to not be able to manage or retain friendships and to have repeatedly been dismissed by people closest to me because now I struggle feeling confident in how I communicate, how I articulate myself, the substance of my words. I am I feel like I'm stumbling around a dark room, and I have a general sense of what I want to say and how I'm feeling, but to actually translate it for others has gotten increasingly more difficult. And I think that, in combination with feeling misunderstood in my relationships, I see so many different kinds of people on the internet that communicate in so many wildly different ways that all seem like valid options, And I think that more than anything, this like needing to settle on one way to explain things, one way to express my identity. And not even like, I'm not talking about like discrete like aesthetics, like packets of, you know, vibes. It's more so just like, I guess, uncertainty about what is me and what am I inspired by. And I think that it's all me, but when it comes to like trying on different hats or just kind of trusting my gut, nothing is feeling right. And that's why I feel like caterpillar soup, because I feel like I just can't right now. I feel like I am trying to conjure up wings before they're ready to form. And it sucks. It really fucking sucks. I just feel so scattered. And, you know, I trust the process, but that doesn't get me out of it. Like, I'm still in it. I still gotta be here in this, like, perpetually figuring it out and making the most of what I have mode. But I'm not good at enjoying myself, like, just doing activities. I have a persistent drive for autonomy, and I need a lot of structure for things to actually happen. And so being in this like in between stage when everything feels so ambiguous, you know, I can't really get the structure that I need, and I'm trying to make it for myself. But, you know, that just brings me back to the bad ideas thing, where I make choices to do anything, really. But if it doesn't turn out, it feels like it compromises the whole thing. Because then I look at it, I look back on it, and I'm like, what was that? Where did that come from? What did I see in that? Or why didn't that stick? That's what really gets me. Why didn't that stick? There have been so many things where in the moment I'm like, this is it. Like, I found my people. This is how I want to spend my time. This is what I want to say. This is how I want to present myself. And then, you know, time passes in any amount, and I just can't feel it anymore. I don't know where it goes. I just feel like everything is like slipping through my fingers. But I don't know. I don't think slipping is a good. Well, it does feel slippery. I feel very rushed. I feel like the world is so impatient. I'm the kind of person that just kind of likes to sit and stare. Just like take things in. But the internet, it rushes things a lot. You're lucky if you find patient people. People with an attention span. But then I'm like, am I just saying that to myself because if I sit and talk for a long time, I never feel like anybody's gonna listen. And I feel like if I stop saying things, if I just take a breather, or I stop making sense, I'm gonna lose people, right? They're just not gonna be listening anymore. Why do I feel like I need to be heard so bad? Well, it's because I feel invisible. I have never felt. That's not true, actually. I felt heard. I felt listened to. I don't know how much I felt heard. That's a better way to put it. But anyways, I feel like there's just not enough time, space, or attention for me to exist in any context. And I think I don't want to bear the burden of trying to get myself to fit. Like, with work and school and my contribution to society, like as a person, I just feel like I get in the way. And I don't know. I don't want to have to speed up. When I'm fast, I go really fast. But when I need to take my time, I need to take my time. I don't know. I don't know what I'm fucking saying anymore. I just feel sad. I feel sad. And I feel sad that hindsight is such a bitch. And I feel sad that whenever I try and talk, my voice hurts. I just want to. I just want to do things and not feel like I am building a reputation or that I am presenting an identity to people that I don't even vibe with. I can't control how people see me, though. I could present something that is like 100% aligned with who I am, how I feel, and people could still see me differently. So I don't know how much it really matters. I guess theoretically I could present something that doesn't align with me, but from somebody else's perspective, how it prompts them to see me is actually closer to how I feel than how I see myself through what I did. Does that make sense? That is also a possibility. I do feel like sometimes other people see me way better than I see myself, just much more accurately. And I'm like, you got that out of that? Because really, like on the inside, I just feel like a total mess. I feel very slow, and I feel very incompetent, unskilled, uncoordinated, mentally and physically. I have like natural skills and like talents, but none of them are developed in any way. I just don't have the discipline. I don't know if it's executive dysfunction. I don't know if it's my nervous system, like trauma. I don't know if it's just because I'm too like reflective. I think too much. I feel too much. That it just kind of gets me locked up. I don't know. I'll get there. I just don't want to bottle things up. I used to make video diaries and dance on this channel just for the hell of it. They're sad. The diaries, not the dancing. But I'm grateful that I did it. I wish that I had done it more.